Hi there, welcome to Blackpool for the start of a brand new top-quality 8-ball pool series here on Sky Sports. Yes, it's the RileysPoker.com World 8-Ball Pool Championships. Terrific event. All the best players from around the world taking part. There is a men's event, a women's event and a team event. That's where we're going to start, and I'm delighted to say that with me here in the studio, a two-time former world champion, Chris Melling. Chris, the team's event is always good atmosphere, isn't it? It's a great way to get things underway.
It is, yeah. You've probably got the best two teams with Wales and England, you know, playing each other in the final. And Wales are definitely going to bring an atmosphere to the game. They've got great support. You're going to hear a lot of loud cheering from them.
Terrific. Let's have a look, shall we, at the way the two teams line up, because we ought to tell you that it's Wales against England. Teams from all around the world taking part, but it's come down to the home-produced sides, Wales against England. Lee Kendall captaining England and Wayne Smith for Wales. Briefly, a player to look out for on either side. I think you're very keen on Craig Reynolds' style of play, aren't you?
Yeah, Craig's a great player. You know, he's been around a long time. He's got loads of experience, probably more than any other player in the Welsh team, and he's definitely one to look out for.
And as for England, well, Gareth Hibbert?
Yeah, Gareth's a new player. A lot of people probably don't know Gareth, but he's, you know, England are just flourishing with talent. They've got loads of talent, and he's a dangerous potter.
Thank you so much indeed. There we are. We're about to get underway. Here's Jim White.
England has virtually owned the team championships since its inception back in 1993, and Sean Baker alongside. Sean, we've seen England dominate this event. It seems every year they're the prohibitive favorites. Mind you, looking back in 2002 when Wales won the event, who did they beat?
They beat Wales. They beat England, rather. 8 frames to 6. We see the all-important lag here. Decide who's going to break in the first frame. And that is important because that then the alternating break format, if it does go to a deciding frame, it would give England the break in that deciding frame.
And it looks like Jason Twist has just pipped Martin Goddard from Wales, so it'll be England in the form of the two-time former world champion Jason Twist to break. It's a best of 15 men's final, team final, England versus Wales. And you want the pressure cooker of big-time pool? Stay glued to your television sets. You're about to see it.
Yeah, team game completely different to any singles event. You've got the pressure of all your teammates sitting there. They're willing you on to win. Particularly this very first frame. It's important to get off to a good start. You don't want to fall 2 or 3 frames behind in the early stages, particularly to an England side that's packed with champions.
Well, and in the individual section of any sport, you can beat yourself up if you don't perform to your expectations. Here, if you don't perform, you're representing your country, your teammates are in the front row. You feel like you've got to go through them one by one and apologize if you play poorly. And that's just pressure that unless you've experienced it, you can't possibly understand.
Yellow ball's in play.
And Martin Goddard, first up here for Wales. He's not a player that I've seen a lot of. He's certainly been around the Welsh scene for quite a while, but he's not somebody I'm over familiar with. I mean, the rest of the guys, I've seen him quite a lot, and that's a terrible shot for Jason Twist. He's gone in off in the middle.
Yeah, just slightly misjudged that one, I think, Sean, and a little bit of a outward grin from Jason there, but inside he'll be churning. But what an opportunity here for Wales and Martin Goddard. When they beat England back in 2002, they beat them 8-6. Boy, would they like to relive those memories.
Yeah, interesting from the group stages when England played Wales in the round robin. Wales pipped England by 11 frames to 10. But it was interesting to look at the... and he's gone in off.
Well, he's tried to dislodge the red and yellow there. Tried to screw the white back into that, and instantly he gives it right back to Jason Twist. And again, you can only put this down to the pressure.
Yeah, definite nerves. I mean, Martin, I don't think has been out in the TV arena before. Certainly pretty sure he wasn't in that team that defeated England in 2002. So he's not used to being out there, but this man is the two-time world champion, Jason Twist. And he's just shown Martin how that shot should have been played.
Well, I doubt Jason expected to be getting out of his chair so soon after the mistake from him.
Yeah, say that in the England-Wales game it was 11-10, but it was interesting to see that England left out a couple of the big names. We had a couple of the new players, Dean Wisher and Nick Roberts, who actually played in that game. And a couple of the more established names were left out, so whether that was just a bit of kidology in the team selection.
Now, Sean, who sets the progression, or the playing order, I guess, if you will, of the England team? Is it the captain, Lee Kendall, or is it their manager?
Well, it would be Lee Kendall and Rob Uzel. Seen him several times over the last few days, secreted away in part of the hotel. They've been discussing who should be in the team, who should be left out, and it's a big decision. You know, you've got the England team, the squad of 10 players. Every single one of them is there on merit. There's probably 2 or 3 names that people aren't familiar with. Gareth Hibbert. But Gareth's similar to Lee Clough. Had a long amateur career. Spent a long time winning the amateur events. Still an amateur at the moment, but it wouldn't be too long before he's joining the professional ranks, I wouldn't think. He's won just about every title in the amateur game.
Again, Jason Twist just running out of ideal position as you see England looking on.
Yeah, we saw Gareth Hibbert there on the left with Neil Davey. He's been in the England side for 2 or 3 years now.
Second visit.
And second visit in now. The mistake from Goddard, giving Jason Twist 2 bites at the cherry. And those yellows are available. Again, he's just got to control that white. But not having the luxury of that second visit now. He's perfect on this yellow. Can just follow through between the reds and drop onto the last yellow.
Yeah, he just picks his spot then as where he wants to leave the cue ball for the black. He's just a little bit undecided. But that's one thing, again, Jason's using experience, having a little laugh to himself there. He's using the experience. He wasn't comfortable, so he stood up, recomposed himself. And that's only just gone in the pocket. He's probably just tried to pinch a little bit in the pocket there to make sure he got perfect position on this last yellow.
Well, looks like he's going to have to just thump this in and play that 8 to the center pocket. And that is judged perfectly. Right center. And the favorites open their account here in the men's team final. It's 1-0 to England, courtesy of Jason Twist over Martin Goddard.
Yeah, it's high fives all around there with the England team. You see Lee Clough coming. He's him up next, and he's playing the Welsh favourite, Craig Reynolds.
Yes, a miss. And the error in controlling that white from Goddard proving pivotal and bringing Jason Twist back to the table. And he wasted little time in securing the opening frame. And one of the bankers for Wales, the left-handed Craig Reynolds, been around, it seems like forever, in 8-ball pool. He's got the break in frame number 2. Looking for a ball down, gets a red top corner.
Red ball potted.
And
red ball's in play.
Reds are going to be the ball here with that red and black. We see there top left on the shot. He's just checking there whether he's going to be able to get in behind the black to knock the red in. He's a long way from that shot yet. He's got to just work his way around these.
Clever little shot there from Craig. Just dislodging that yellow to free the red to the top right corner. He's got the angle here as well, Sean. He should be able to bring that cue ball back up towards the Reds, bottom of the table as we look. And it looks like that red nearest the black is available. Difficult to tell from our overhead camera, but if it is, this is definitely a frame-winning opportunity here for Craig Reynolds. real likable sort, Craig. I mean, you get him off the table, he's in the bar, having a good laugh with all his buddies.
Yeah, as you say, I've known Craig myself for a long time. We see there, youngster in the crowd. I think that was the little cheer we heard when Craig potted the first ball.
Yes, Craig. Come on, son.
He's having a good look at that red that I spoke about earlier. That's the key ball in frame number 2 as far as Wales is concerned. I'm not too sure about that shot. It's a good thing Craig's left-handed. That's the only thing going for him. Can he flick this in, double kiss the 8 ball and hold for position onto it?
I'm not sure, Jim. That certainly wasn't the shot he was trying to play.
Just wants to double kiss the 8 here. Got it. Well played.
Well, no, this is awkward because with him being left-handed, he's going to have to try and bridge over that yellow, and it sounds like he's asked for the spider here. Because, say, left-handed, he just can't reach over. Probably not the tallest of people, Craig.
Some kind of performance, though, from Reynolds. Broke off here in frame number 2. And all Lee Clough could do from England was get out of his chair to shake Craig Reynolds' hand. It is 1-1 here in Blackpool. Terrific break and finish from Reynolds. That'll get the high fives going from the Welsh side.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Wales needed.
Fifth frame, England to break.
3-1. Frame number 5. England in control here in this men's final.
Yes, Kenny. Yes, Kenny. Go on, Kenny.
Looks like 2 reds down off the break for Kendall here.
Yeah, I'm not convinced reds will be the ball he takes. He's just looking there because he's got a red. Look, we see there bottom left on the overhead shot that's blocked out by a yellow over the pocket. So it could be that he's looking to try and take yellows here.
But which one does he start on,
That's
Sean?
the problem he's got, Jim.
Red ball's in play.
I don't think he has any choice.
30 seconds.
There just isn't a yellow available, but having the 2 off the break, I think, has helped make Lee's decision a little easier.
Yeah, for the viewers not familiar with this game, by potting a ball on the break, he is able to nominate the other colour, and provided he potted one, he would have been on them. As he potted the red, he elected to take reds. Those are his ball for this frame.
And what Lee tried to do there is to flick that red in off the yellow and clear the pocket. That would have been a great shot to start. As it is, you saw him with an anxious look, and Ryan John owns that bottom right pocket with the yellow.
Still a little bit work to do here in this frame, though, for Ryan John.
30 seconds.
He's got the yellow on the left-hand side there, we see, near to the red, and there's a yellow tied up with the black, so he's going to have to do a little bit of developing. He's going to try and win the frame at this visit.
And that is the problem ball, Sean, the one you talk about at the top of our picture. That yellow does not pass the red into the top left corner. And effectively, winning and losing could hinge on that yellow for Ryan John.
No, the good thing is, though, about this, Jim, he could look at trying to dislodge it while he's still got that ball over the right-hand corner pocket, because that's his insurance ball. Lee's got a red there that's tied up. Currently, Lee would have to dislodge that.
What a shot. He's just put the game on now, much to the delight of Craig Reynolds and his Welsh teammates.
Yeah, he didn't want both of those yellows to go in, really, but
It's not bad, though.
No,
everything's there.
He's done what he needed to do in that shot. He's dislodged that yellow out of the way. So, fantastic opportunity now for Ryan John to get Wales back into this final. Currently trailing by 3 frames to 1.
The only downside, if there is a downside, is that a little bit more pressure on each shot now for Ryan John because the reds are open as well. So that makes every visit, every shot a little bit more significant. And you already know you're under the magnifying glass. Very important for Wales too. Can't afford to go 4-1 down.
No, he's still got a little bit of work to do here. He's got the yellow that's next to the black. He's going to have to get over to the right-hand side of the table at some point to take the yellow into the left-hand corner. And that's the shot he's played now. Great shot there from Ryan John. Saw the spin on that spotted cue ball. I'm sure if this had been a singles game, he'd have got down and knocked these in by now. But it isn't. This is the team final. The RileysPoker.com World Pool Championships.
Thirty seconds.
Nice little shot there. Sweet stroke. He's got a beautiful action, does Ryan John. Very comfortable. Almost puts you to sleep watching it. Did I mention that it was fairly accurate as well? This to pull one back for Wales. No danger whatsoever. Ryan John takes out the English captain Lee Kendall and pull one back. It's still 3-2 in favor of England.
Yeah, and the important thing about that, he took that against the break of Lee Kendall. And it's his captain, Wayne Smith, who's up next. And he'll be breaking and looking to level the match.
There is a lady sat just to the left.
Just got a bit warm out there, yeah. All of a sudden.
We've got here now one of the new boys from England, Gareth Hibbert. It's his second year as a England team member, Jim, and possibly his first appearance on TV.
Black she is. Great hair. The loudest as we are ever left of the Welsh chair. Front row.
6th frame. Wales to break. Trailing 3 frames to 2.
And a big moment and big frame for the Welsh captain Wayne Smith up against the newcomer Gareth Hibbert.
Come on, guys. Open table.
And just look at the split there. I mean, either suit here. It's his personal choice for Gareth Hibbert because they're all open. There's no balls tied up. There's 1 or 2 near to side rails, but at this standard, it shouldn't be difficult for these players. But say this is the pressure of the World Team Final.
Yellow ball's in play.
And this is another very, very steady performer in the England team.
Well, to make the England side speaks volumes. Even though he may be a new name, new face to our viewers at home, the simple fact that he's here when you've got the likes of Chris Melling, Mick Hill, who aren't on the England side. What does that say about Gareth Hibbert?
Well, that's it. Gareth has come through the amateur ranks. He's played all year for his county of Lancashire. Qualified for the England trials. Won through those in a long day down at Great Yarmouth. And then he have to play through the trials within the team to get into this world team. And he's done all that, and he's making short work of this finish.
Yes, he'll want to leave that yellow that he's looking at now to second last, because he wants to drop the one in beside the black into the center pocket. And this, to me, looks straightforward. Stop shots. Knock this one in, stop the white. Knock the other one in, keep the white close to where the yellow is, and he's going to leave the yellow into the center.
Yeah, I think Lee Kendall's favourite saying, Mary Ploppins here. And that's all Gareth needs.
And sometimes when you take the proper shots in the correct order, you can make this game look preposterously easy. Case in point here, Gareth Hibbett. If the a little bit of carelessness or possibly inexperience.
No, I think that was just careless from Gareth. I think he's thought he's got the pot. He was just a little bit concerned about the black because he'd finished low on the yellow. So he had to run off the side rail.
No, never mind. Don't give him any excuses, Sean. That was just pure and simple carelessness and inexperience. You take nothing for granted at this level. And I don't know whether this yellow passes to the bottom right corner. If it doesn't, well, he's looking to the bottom left, so it must not.
I don't think it does. I think Wayne Smith had already worked that out, that it wouldn't go in there, because I don't think he'd have ever played that plant, because that was a very, very risky shot if he was going to be leaving Gareth Hibbett a shot on his last yellow. So now he's going to have to try and find something from somewhere, Gareth.
He's looking possibly in off the red.
30 seconds.
Degree of difficulty in this one out of 10, 9.9.
And he's going to have to pull something out, because if he doesn't pot this yellow, all those reds now are in the open.
Harder, and he would have got it.
Come on, Wayne.
But again, as captain, you've got to lead by example. I think for Wayne Smith right now, the opportunity has arrived. For those of you who don't think that the team game means much, just check out Gareth Hibbett's face again. He may be consigned to his chair until the congratulatory handshake. Bit of a fight back this from Wales, trailing 3-1. We've got every chance here to pull back to 3 apiece.
Yeah, this has turned out to a massive frame in this match so far. As I say, really, the next frame should have been well in progress by now, but for that miss by Gareth Hibbett. Just one good positional shot here now from Wayne Smith.
And straightforward, Sean, just off the side cushion. Straightforward for players at this level. Just no vest fouls. And just poke this in. Got to be careful, though. That waistcoat is very near that yellow.
That's it. He's not happy, because if his waistcoat was to touch that yellow during the shot, it would be a foul. And actually, if he potted the black, it would be loss of frame.
And that's a little bit of experience right there from Wayne Smith, asking the cue ball to be clean, buys himself a timeout, and he can just recompose himself. This is frame ball. He knows it, in a frame that really should have gone the way of England. So now he can resettle himself and cue it this comfortably. He knows his waistcoat is near that yellow. And he slots in the 8 to bring Wales back on level terms. It is 3-3 here. Wales versus England. It's a best of 15. And it's starting to heat up.
High fives all the way down there for the Wales captain.
And a much more exuberant and animated Welsh side. You see the shot here from young Gareth Hibbett.
Come on, Amy, lad. Come on.
Trying to pull a rabbit from a hat.
It's a nice simple black for Wayne Smith, and you see there what it means in this team game. Punches the air in delight.
And now down to the senior statesman. Keith Brewer from England, ageless.
7th frame, England to break.
Up against Jamie Murray
3-all.
from Wales. And again, a new face for me, Sean.
And the same,
Murray from Wales.
the same for me, Jim. I've never seen him strike a ball yet. Unfortunately, he's wasn't around the early part of the championship, so he's not a face that I know. I don't know what his game's like. He's certainly one of the newer players in the Wales squad, but he must be good because he wouldn't be there otherwise. It's a very, very strong Welsh team, as ever.
Now, is there such a thing as a Hall of Fame over here for your pool players?
Not really, Jim, no.
Well, maybe time to create one and instill Keith as the inaugural
30 seconds.
member. I mean, he's the only guy I know that's been around longer than me.
Let's go, Jamie.
Yellow ball's in play.
Come on.
Yellow's in play here for Wales, and I don't need to tell you, this is a great opportunity. They haven't seen the lead in this one. They're not going to get a better chance.
Yeah, I mean, if Jamie Murray was to take this frame against, as you say, the legend Keith Brewer, it would have a massive impact on this final. I mean, England